Oh, well. The hell are you people doing in my house this early? What's up with that? Hmm? Also, holy shit, Dylan actually made it. Look at him go. What in the world? You're supposed to be at work. You should do your job. You shouldn't be here. Wait a ding dang second. Good, I'm glad I did. You deserve it, actually. Yes, an early one. Indeed. Welcome, everyone. I'm thinking about doing these more often, little short ones. I've got a schedule in my head that I've already failed at, but to be fair, yesterday I went to the doctor, so it's not my fault. Not my fault. Well now you have something to look forward to tomorrow night, Josh. You know, it's like next time on Dragon Ball Z, will Josh Dam 23 get his kiss from his big old crush in his silly dream, you know? That's how you know. That you got things to look towards, you know? You got things to be like, "Oh, hell yeah, here we go." But yeah, how's it going, guys? I have been better, to be perfectly frank with you. My shoulder, not a fan of me. It's why I was dying yesterday. And it's still there. So that's a fun thing to have. But I will push on through. He dreamed. What did Josh dream of? He dreamed that he was back in high school. I dreamed of beautiful babes. What else? Uh-huh. You people in your dreams. You're not horrible dreams. That's my zone. Whenever I do dream, the seldom moments, they're always awful. I wouldn't call them nightmares. They're just always awful. Uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable and a little disturbing. That's why they only happen like every 3 years or something. But yeah, all right. I've got like about 3 hours or so to get this done, chat. That's my personal little goal. The worst dreams or no dreams? I mean, it's fine. I'm fine without having them. Like that's chill. I just conk out and I cease to exist and then I'm up in the morning. What's to be upset about in that, you know? That seems fine to me. Oh, hold on a second here, chat. What is okay, we're fine. Alright. I have to check my like YouTube live stream stuff because I'm not sure how well it's gonna fucking function at the moment. I'm still a little iffy on that, but we got there. Kelly had a dream, took off your bandages, and it was incredibly vivid, but I woke up and they were still on and I got confused. I've had dreams where I've woken up in the same position before, and they are very strange. You go, huh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Am I actually awake this time, or am I still asleep? No one's melting into the floor, so I think I'm good. Seems nice to dream about something and then be energized about it. Yeah, sure. For sure. But, you know, we make do with what we got, right? Like, we make do. This one might go away at some point, but this one's locked in over here, chat. The little The dumb little comic I'm gonna do. I have a different idea for this now, actually. We're gonna get rid of it. We're gonna kill it, and he's gonna be like, huh. He's sensing something, chat. He's got his senses going. What could that be? Could actually put it on film. Up here? There we go. Yeah. Clean bill of health at the doctor, at least. I'm not dying, as far as I'm aware. So that's nice. That's good to know. It's been so long since I've actually been to the doctor that all the little tests they do when you get like a standard checkup, all the little tests they do, they just seem like magic to me. At this point, I'm being put into some kind of odd ritual and it's gonna tell me if I'm dying or not. Like, here, let me push on your stomach to feel your organs, and you just kind of go, okay, I guess, sure. All right. And they're all fine. All of my organs are just as rotten as they need to be, chat. Perfectly slimed, as all things should be. But yeah, so I'm gonna be doing these. I think I mentioned it on the other stream that I would be doing, the last stream that I would be doing earlier stuff, as well. So this is when they're gonna happen, around this time. So I kind of figure most people won't be able to make them that make the normal ones. So, you know, who knows? Maybe new people will show up to these ones. But I'm just kind of doing them because streaming's fun and keeps me productive and whatnot, you know? It keeps me going good. We will still have the other ones, though. Like, the streams at the normal time are still gonna happen. These are just, like, bonus. Consider these just extra. Extra hell yeah, you know? A good day to be Dutch, I see. I see. Things you'd never expect to hear. A good day to be Dutch. My shoulder's still a little fucked up from yesterday too. Oh, fuck. So I'm a little off kilter, guys. I'm a little weird right now. We'll get there. Shrink this down a little bit. A little bit more, and we'll put like maybe even a little bit more than that. We'll have another little corner up here. I want to put like a little Lynette back there being like, what the hell is he doing? What the fuck is going on back there? Hello! Hello? Honestly, guys, numbers-wise, not as much of a drop-off as I was expecting. You got 12 of you in here. Hello. In Twitch, anyway. There we go. No, he's not having an existential crisis. I'm kind of wondering... I don't really want to do it. But I'm wondering if there's any boon to... giving him, like... When he's getting his weird feelings. I really don't want to do this, but it is something I'm gonna postulate on. But when he's doing his little... getting his little weird vibes, his little powers, he gets a little, you know, like a little Spider-Man sense, little Spidey sense thing going off. Like, what the? That was a mighty chin I gave her. Fucking Giga Chad Lynette isn't real. She can't hurt you. Giga Chad Lynette. Fucking, oh shit. There she is. Oh, that is what this is over here. You got it, Izzy. That's exactly what that is. I was like, that's a very silly little joke to make with him. So I'm gonna. You nailed it. You knocked it out of the park with that one. There we go. Like, he's gonna be holding an item here. We're gonna have like a couple of doing just a little couple doodle things. Maybe like a shoe. He's got like a gonna have like a boot here. These are just my scribbles. They don't have to be great right now. And he's very, like... You're like, why do you feel so weird? Faces will get better when I actually get there. Corny's a bit of a weird kid, you know? People would look at him strange. Why is this kid just like postulating over this boot so much? What's going on with him? There we go. One. Okay. It's true. Well, no, he might look a little. He'll look confused. There might be a little bit of confuzzled, because it's not like purely just bad feelings. It's just weird feelings. You know, he gets like a weird like something weird's going on. You know, so like this one, he's more just like. In the world, you know. Curiosity killed the corny. It very well might. Hasn't yet, luckily. You know? I'm gonna fix that panel. That's not a good panel. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, what's going on, early chat? You know, early guys, how's it going? But I mean, it's not that early. It's still afternoon. But yeah, what's going on? Oh, 20 minutes in. Okay. I'm rushing this, but I'm like, I have time. I've got time for this. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm watching a lot of Batman the Animated. I did that a couple of years ago. I went through not all of the Batman animated series, but I kind of sort of slowly chunked away at what was on Netflix at the time. Which wasn't the whole thing. I think it was it's like just the first season, I think, or something. But I agree, there's a lot of fun in there. For sure. I don't know if there are certain there are some episodes that are significantly better than others, is what I will say. So I suppose that's to be expected, especially of shows back then, just because of how they make them. I enjoyed it the whole way through, but yeah, Batman definitely, good old Bruce definitely pulls stuff out of his ass sometimes in those early episodes. Not as much detective work in there as I would have liked, but man, purely just aesthetically, it's very nice. Like, just the aesthetics alone are very nice, and then there are some very solid episodes that really tie it together. I'm a big face. Got my words mixed up. I'm a big fan of the fucking Clayface origin episode. I like that one a lot. Like the two-parter, that one was good. And then I guess Alex is just playing fucking Animal Crossing. Okay. Like, that seems to be... So is it because of the update that everyone's been playing that? A lot of people have been, that I know have been playing Animal Crossing again recently. And it's because of the new update or whatever, right? That happened? Now, my experience, with Animal Crossing, hey, New Horizons is like the first one I got. It's the first Animal Crossing I've ever played. And I think I only really played it. I've got nothing, I like the game. Nothing against it. I think I only played it till like the first Easter update or something. Like the Easter event, and then I just like stopped. I just put it down. Have I played Pokapia? No. Isn't that only Switch 2? Or is it also Switch 1? I do not own a Switch 2, so no. I do not own a Switch 2, and I probably won't for a very long time. I don't really follow Nintendo around anymore. I guess in a lot of ways I didn't even back in the day, but yeah, I just kind of let them do their thing. And I look at the stuff people do and I'm like, that's neat, but I mean, not exactly what I'm looking for and not worth buying a whole new console. No, I don't play any consoles really. I got my computer. I play my indie games on my computer. And I live my life happy that way. I am in fact a Steam guy. That's true. Though it doesn't really have to be Steam. I got a couple games that aren't even on Steam, so I have particular tastes when it comes to video games, chat, and a lot of those tastes tend to not fall anywhere outside of the PC realm. It's just where they are. That's fair. How often do I destroy friendships with golf? Never. Never. I do have the golf with your friends game though, but every time I played it, it hasn't been rage inducing. It's just been silly. I'm not a very raging gamer, guys. I'm pretty even keeled despite the look. Despite the vibes I might give off. I'm pretty even keel when it comes to that stuff. No, I like playing my indies, my indie games, my random this, my random that. Oh, that seems like a silly idea. You know, that kind of thing. Sort of the zone I'm in. But no, I have not played Pokapia. People say it's good. I haven't seen anything that makes me think negatively of it. Though, to be fair, I haven't seen a ton of it. I'm just like, yep. Different kind of Pokemon game. Okay. Thumbs up to the people who are enjoying it. I've only seen Super Battle Golf, but I don't buy many games really. One, I'm poor. But two, just not. I'm particular and I'm aware I'm particular, if that makes sense. I have a high bar for my games. What I want in them, so. And generally speaking, like, this is probably why I've kind of fallen more off Nintendo, is Nintendo doesn't really want to provide that experience at this point. Not it never really did, but it definitely doesn't really want to now. So I just kind of let them be in their corner and be like the horrible monstrous company they are, and I go, you know? Don't you care about playing amazing PlayStation games like Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Uncharted, Astro Boy, Spider-Man, the upcoming ones like Wolverine? Are you like an ad? Are you an advertisement for PlayStation? I mean, my response is like, of the... I'm also not I'm not a quick person for anything. I don't, probably to my detriment, I tend to not follow trends that much. I just kind of get around to stuff when I get around to it. Like I have the God of War games. I just have them on PC. Don't really care for Uncharted. Don't really even know anything about Ghost of Tsushima. Haven't played Astro Boy. Don't care about Spider-Man at all. So, yeah, no. No, afraid not. That's not where I am. Really, at all. I'm playing Voices of the Void and like Minecraft and shit, you know, like Minecraft-like games, and then there's RimWorld mixed in there, except I don't play that one anymore because it's worse than getting hooked on crack. I'm not like, yes, I'm not a person who's like, I need to watch the latest release. I need to play the latest thing. I'm too old for that now, chat. It's passed me by. That's the Zoomers and the Gen Alphas fucking game now. I don't exist in that world. I'm an old man. I sit in my tower, I find the things I enjoy, and I hold them dearly, and then I watch as people run around chasing the trend or seeing the newest thing, and I go, that looks kind of neat. I'll get to it eventually. And then I do. Like 10 years down the line, I go, hey guys, you know that thing? You know that Ghost of Tsushima game? Pretty good. That's what I do. Dead people can be old. Old is just an acquirement of years, and when you're dead, you still gain years. Yeah, Ghost of Sashimi. You still haven't seen the third Lord of the Ring movie. Goodness. What stopped you after 2 towers to be like, yo, I'm done here? I guess it's just like, was it just the thing that I do where you go, oh, that was neat, I'll see the next one, and then just never got around to it because you got busy? Is that what happened there? Because if that's the case, I get it. I understand. Oh, excuse me. It's kind of like, an example that isn't games or whatever. I watched the first episode of The Amazing Digital Circus when it came out, and I was like, ooh, I'm excited for the next one. I watched the second one when I came out, and then I didn't watch another fucking episode till I think episode 7? So that's just kind of how I run, guys. I'll just get the stuff eventually. Ah, well, that'll do it. That'll do it. I would recommend watching it, though. It's very good. Could you imagine? That would be the hottest Gravegrime take to ever give. You know what? Maybe you should leave it there. Return of the King, not that good a movie, actually. That would be a take for sure. But no, I do not. I don't hold that one. That sacred cow remains sacred, I'm afraid. All your other ones, though? Who knows? Who knows, really? Who knows what's gonna happen to those ones? You'll forever wait till your friend comes to visit? I see. The point of principle now. I see, I understand. I do that. Yeah. What's the last game I played? Probably like an hour or two of mindless bonking in Mega Bonk. That's probably what it was. No, actually, no. The last game I played was I played a little bit of Darkest Dungeons last night. I played a teeny tiny bit of Darkest Dungeons because I was in a fucking... admittedly, I was in a not great mood, because of just... It was a day yesterday, guys. You know, it was an adventure. The most pleasant experience I had yesterday was fucking going to the doctor. to I guess put in perspective what kind of day it was. But yeah, I played a little bit of Darkest Dungeon because like I need something to just torture me today to get the fucking energy out. So I played a couple hours of Darkest Dungeon. And it didn't actually work. I actually did really well in that playthrough, which was crazy. Because I have some of the craziest RNG you could possibly imagine when it comes to that game, chat. I have gone in to the very first, like, actual excursion into the dungeon. Like, the first round you take once you get to the town. I took the first one, ran into the collector. You know, mini boss in that game. Ran into the collector, room 2. Second room in the dungeon. I ran into the collector and wiped my entire party and it just ended my game. So that's the kind of luck I have when I play Darkest Dungeon. But this time was different. This time it was fine. It is criminal how bad my luck can be sometimes. Just straight up evil. Really. Alright, let's... Old fat finger. There we go. Yes. There we go. It's also been a bit of an interesting week. I'm trying to like... There's not really any point to it because it's impossible to really figure it out. But I'm trying to figure out what people actually want to see from me a little bit. Because I don't know. There's like vague trends that I notice, but I don't actually know what people are looking for when I post. Not quite sure when I'm bringing people of value. So that's also been an experience I've been having lately. I've been like, what the fuck am I doing? What do people like to see from these damn dailies? I don't know. And also, if the dailies are even things people want to see, if that makes sense. I don't know if people enjoy seeing art from me every single day, or if they'd prefer it every now and again. I'm not suffering, no. I have been thinking. There's lots of thinking going on about presentation, I suppose. I've never been a person who's particularly good with aesthetics, I feel. I kind of just wing it and hope it works. Which is probably what a lot of people do for the most part, to be fair. It's definitely something that I've been trying to be more conscious of as of late. Like kind of this going. There we go. Like that. Yeah. Seeing more about the world, visual storytelling. That's fair. That's one of the hardest things with Grim Deeds, is it's been going through, I guess you could call it a bit of an identity crisis in a way. In that I'm trying to, I talked about it on Tuesday, but I'm trying to, like, figure out, it a little bit more because of all the fucking crazy, because of all the crazy improvements I've had in other areas. I'm looking back and being like, how am I going to do it for this? Grim Deeds has this weird thing where I feel it has an identity, but its identity is like far flung. It's like spread out, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint. And I'm like, how am I gonna go about figuring, like, locking that down for myself? Which honestly, I should use some of these streams and these dailies to kind of like explore that a little bit. I did say I wanted to do more actual workshop and stuff in these things, so maybe there's something there. First I gotta pick a direction, you know what I mean? Like, first you gotta be like, okay, but like, let's try and figure this out first. It was kind of like, I was talking yesterday about how locations are a thing. Like, I'm not confident in Grim Deeds locations as much as I am in some other stories. Thankfully, very good at improvising, good at setting up a world frame, and just working from there. That said, though, I wouldn't recommend, as you can run into problems with that method if the core isn't fully built. What is that in reference? What is that in reference? Are you just saying that, like, you can build a world easily? Quack? Like, what was that in reference to? World building and making stories. Yeah, well, like, I'm good at it. It's like, okay, so I could improvise things easily. There's a difference in what I'm doing in that I'm trying to, go from improvising to something more solid and like makes sense and is meaningful. Like I could just make stuff up on the fly for sure. I do that all the time for other stuff. It's now about tying stuff down into something that's meaningful and like digestible to people in a lot of ways. Yeah, coming up with ideas isn't the problem. And yeah. I could just make a random alien environment, but I'm trying to find sort of like the soul of Grim Deeds, if that makes sense. Like, oh, here's kind of, it's like finding a design philosophy. I can't just really improvise it. I have to figure it out because it has to be like purposeful. Corny? This. Oh geez, that's too big. Come on. Give me the shape I'm looking for. Making things that make sense that all connect in a meaningful way is hard. Yeah, it is. Especially as the concept grows larger. Yeah. Exactly. 100%, Josh. 100%. And it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I need to step back, find said core, and then move forward. Because if I just spin off into perpetuity with just like improvising ideas, things are going to get muddy fast, and I don't want that. So, especially not for Grim Deeds, because it means a lot to me. And I'll figure it out. This is not like a sob story for little old me. I will figure it out. It just might take a while, because there's a lot of, I suppose you could call it baggage to get through when it comes to Grim Deeds, because it's such an old story. And it's gone through many eras of my life with varying levels of understanding of how to tell stories. So there's a lot of gunk I have to clean out and fix, because also some of that gunk is like good in certain aspects. It's not just, oh, this is bad gunk, this is good gunk. It is a mixed bag of gunk that also builds off of itself in a lot of ways. Like, oh, this story beat has some stuff that's kind of lame in it, but what it results in is really good. How do I make that good enough for my standard, but get to keep the payoff and like the overall idea and stuff in it? How do I do that? How do I go about that fucking challenge, you know? All right, Alex. Get fucking lost, dude. Get out of here. But that's sort of where Grim Deeds is in a lot of ways. Yeah, it's a undertaking for sure. Goes. Like I'll like this guy for instance. We'll take this guy. I had an idea for a little critter, little spirit guy, but like it's just an interesting visual. There isn't like a huge amount conceptually behind him. So it's sort of, how do I build, and like, is this what Grimdeed's things look like? You know, there's a level of, I gotta figure that out, kinda. My weakest area overall is just dialogue. Josh especially seems good at making those little dialogue moments. I love fucking dialogue. I enjoy the hell out of dialogue. It is my favorite thing to do, is craft conversations. Josh says, I had it where I'll change one thing in the lore that has been there for ages, back when I was a more novice writer, but now 100 other things no longer make sense because I've changed that one thing. Exactly! 100%. 100%, that's how it fucking goes. And it's like, okay, so I might have to and I'm not against getting rid of them either. It's just like, I would like to make it work if I can, because I enjoy that moment quite a bit. Overall with Grimdeeds, I feel like, I need to establish a bit of like, more of an immediate goal, because there are goals in Grimdeeds, but, sort of, the big goals don't really show up early in the story, and I'm like, maybe I need to work on that being something that is more present in the story. Maybe that is something I need to think about, how to set that up and where that takes me, because the biggest issue I think right now with Grimdeeds is directing people into understanding what I'm doing with it, and also a place for me to build from. When did I first come up with Grimdeeds? Fucking back in 2012, I think. It's been 14 years. It has been a little bit. Not to mention, like, it's not even just, oh, it's been 14 years. Grimdeeds is my second story I have ever conceived of. It is the second one, chat. So, you know, there's lots of, fucking chunks in there that needs to be fixed. Yes, it has had lots of rewrites. I call them iterations. My first fully made character. What do you mean by fully made character? And like, just like a character that I like, the first real character I made? But yes, Grimdeeds is so fucking old. It has had, I call them iterations at this point, because they're just so different from what the idea is. Because like there was a point where it was quite I lacked a lot of confidence in it as well, so it went through some very wild swings because I just liked the characters. Like the one you feel is fully fleshed out, like had a character completely cut or had to revamp tons of times before they perfect. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. So yeah, it's just the character that I've developed. Well, here's the thing, I never really made characters that I would say weren't developed. Cause like when I made characters, I always would go with like, I would have an idea for a character first, and then I would kind of expand on that and then create their design. So if they're drawn, they're going to have an actual character to them. So I would actually say it's probably my first character, Zeke, but he has changed a lot. Also, thank you for the subscription, fucking what, Von Crack? Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know why it didn't appear for me. But it appeared now. Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, it's like Yeah, I'd say even my first character. His name was Zeke, and he is now an old man. He started out as not an old man, but he is an old man now, and his story has changed a lot, and so has he. But yeah, I still consider him my first full character, I guess, to put it as the put it how you put it. And I don't draw him that much, but his story's still around, and so is he. Because I refuse to destroy anything, really. A little grubby hand. Yeah, I think actually, so with Grim Deeds, I think the thing is, I have to start untangling plot, not necessarily because the plot is bad, but because it's having a hard time for me to build, having a hard time to build, like, an identity. Grim Deeds needs an identity, a bit. Is the salesman a giant pickle? No, he's just like a big meat man. He's just like a big spooky meat creature with a big old mouth. Put another little one here. It's sort of interesting. I tend to accidentally buck an awful lot of trends I see artists talk about in regards to, like, creation. Like, I see lots of people being like, they get rid of their first character. The first story they wanted to make, they don't commit to. Don't have it anymore. They had a different idea and they don't fuck with it anymore. I have kept both those things. I have my first character. I have my first story. They're very different now, but they're kind of saying the same thing. Like, the core principle, message, I guess, moral, whatever, tends to be relatively the same. They have a lot of the same motivation behind them still. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I don't think I can just outright be like, no, don't do that. It's sort of like how people talk about things like art school, right? Where a lot of people will say, oh, it's not worth it. I'm kind of like, well, it sort of is, and it sort of isn't. It really depends, because it gives you a lot of time to start honing your craft and actually having someone to try and guide you through learning the basics and stuff is actually helpful. And also it helps you network. So, like, there's definitely benefits to it. Like, there is value there, but it's also like, well, you're not gonna, like, just get a job because of it. If you do get a job because of it, it's probably gonna be through, for lack of a better word, nepotism. It's your friend is going to end up getting a job, and then they'll get you a job. Probably. what should I make this critter look like? Had the thought of like got these like horns. Yeah. Usually kind of end up in different stories. I never kill them completely. They just go into a different world, either kind in the sense. Yeah. Doc, what are you talking about? Make a Mario World style map and tie the different locations together like that. Adventure go. Uh-huh. Also always good to have someone you can talk to about your ideas, bounce ideas. Yes. Having people, that's one of my big things actually, is art is almost always a collaborative effort, and you should be very willing to talk to people about, your ideas. Like, and you want people that are actually honest that will tell you if your shit sucks or not. Because that's a big thing, is people don't want to hurt your feelings. Which is fair, but you need them, for sure. Hi, Jam, welcome. Also, hi, Emily, welcome. Are you here on break? You're here on break, aren't you? You bitch. Get back to work. Feedback would be nice. Yeah. I have lots of people that would like feedback from me that I haven't given to them yet, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm busy. I'm a busy boy. I'm always doing shit, and it's awful. The shells are literally falling apart. What the fuck? And yes, giving thoughtful critique is obviously a big ask for sure. Doesn't mean I don't like to give it to people when I can. But it does take a bit. It does take a sec. Yeah. Sorry, chat. Figuring out the arm really quick. Over. Do something like that. Yes. There we go. There we go. The metal hinges that hold up the acrylics for posters on the ends of the shelves have been literally ripping and flying off the wood. My god. Never a dull moment in the library, guys. When people take time. So I totally get that sometimes you just can't. Yeah. Yeah, it's always also it's always also harder to justify it when it's like someone who's mostly a stranger, you know? I've had people ask me for critique and I don't really know them, and it's just like, well, it's gonna be a lot of time for me, so I don't know if I'm ever gonna get to this. I would like to if I had all the time in the world, but right now I don't. Right now I don't at all. Because I actually think it's really fun to do, chat. I like critiquing things. It's fun for me. But I don't have that much time for play, I guess. There we go. Make this like a little... Whoever had this fucking gravestone, they had quite a big little, they got quite an epitaph fucking dedicated to them. That's okay. I kind of think it's funny that it's so stupidly large. Kind of adds to it for me. That, something like that. Okay. Dribble that across. There we go. Put some lines in there. No. No. There we go. Hell yeah. They were in fact trying to sell Corny something. That is what's going on there. That would in fact be the joke, yes. Mole. Oopsie. Eh. Aren't gonna be crazy. That's I keep having to tell myself over and over again in my head, chat. It doesn't have to be crazy. I don't have to go crazy. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the cleanest thing in the world. I can chill out a little bit. Done messed up? Oh fuck. Dana's here now. Oh no. Oh jeez, guys. What are we gonna do? Yeah, and then we kind of just... Yeah. Bring that across, down, just... None of it's perfect, and that's okay. Yes. You're gonna knock over my fucking silverware, dude. Fuck. I mean, bold to assume I have silverware, but like, I mean, you're welcome to try. These grimy mitts. I eat my food bare, you see. Unassisted. I'm just scooping up mashed potatoes by the handful and sticking them in my mouth. Just, Oh. Making the most horrendous sounds you could possibly imagine as I do it. You gotta bail, Josh. Your bully's here. Your bully's here to push you around. And you're gonna let him. And you're gonna let him. Tisk tisk. Josh damn. More like Josh coward. Don't kink shame, man. What are you talking? Why is that the shame that's not okay? I do every kind of shame possible here. Why is the kink kind not allowed? That doesn't make any sense at all. Because it affects me! You can't do it because it makes me upset! Oh, I see. I see. That kind of makes me feel like I should do it more, though, because that makes it funnier. That makes me do the big hee-haw. Makes me go like I become like a little donkey man. I go hee-haw! That's what donkeys sound like. They sound like hee-haw! Awful. Should not do that anymore. I'm sorry, chat. I apologize. It is an early grave grime stream, yes. These will become more common. Oh my goodness! Thank you for the subscription, QB! Woohoo! I don't know what you're celebrating, but I mean, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope a shelf falls on top of you, Emily. That's what I hope. I hope you get smushed. Also, when did I add chat to this stream? Last stream. I did. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Moving up production value through the fucking roof, chat. Through the roof. Twitch kept recommending I'd share the 3 months. Okay. Are you no. No, you're not. Whenever a chapter is being made, I will tell you guys. There's no point to asking because the answer will be no until I say otherwise. You think I'm just gonna reveal that shit in a chat message? Are you crazy? Are you crazy, Toon? Are you getting a chapter? At some point, for sure. I like that that's the response to that, Toon. I'm autistic. Okay. How are the raffle entries coming? There's been a couple more. I got one before stream that I have to, like, talk about and look at. I gotta reshare the fact that the raffle's going on. And I guess I could say it here, too. Yeah, on Blue Sky, because I hit 2K, I'm doing a crossover character raffle. So you draw your characters interacting with my characters, and you get a chance to enter and win an illustration from me. That's how it works. There you go. There's my plug for me. Can you guys tell that I'm really good at this? I really know how to shill myself. I'm kind of like the champ at it. I should offer cash prize instead. With what fucking money, Josh? I should offer a cash prize with what fucking money? I'm streaming out of a hole in the ground. You think I can fucking afford to give people cash? Or would, like, on principle? Half a penny would be pretty good. Raffle's over. Turns out I don't want to do it anymore. So, yeah, thanks everyone. Bye. See ya. Goodbye. True. That would be so cool and awesome of me. I think that would get me more respect, you know? I think people would look at me as like a really cool guy if I did that. I think people would be like, "Oh, that's so cool. I'm gonna do that now," and I'll really just start like a scumbag trend, you know? I think I could do it. I think I could fucking. I think I could. I could do that. Well, I can't possibly get you less respect. I see. I see. I see what you did there, Dane. Yeah, right. Damn, he did that. Not even mad. Kind of baller. Kind of awesome, really, actually. I'm giving you money and I win it back. Isn't that just gambling? Yes. And gambling's awesome and cool. And remember, kids, you should all do it. Refer people to the tags of the stream. Bad advice only. Use at your own risk. I am not responsible. I'm not responsible for your bad decisions. I merely encouraged them. That's different. No, I got it. I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble if I do that. Eventually I'm gonna get in trouble. It's gonna fucking... Grave sponsored by steak? Oh, hell yeah, man. For sure. The casinos love me. I gambled one time, chat. I've gambled one time in my life for like any substantial amount of money, I suppose. Well, not even substantial. In like an actual casino, I guess. And I don't get why people do it. I'm gonna be real. It's real fucking boring. Grave Runs Fun. How many things am I sponsored by and not getting paid for? What's going on? I mean, I'm sure there will be. There will be at some point, I'm sure. I'm making sure I figure them out first, Toon. So. Oh no, better help. Oh no. True. Guys, do you need a therapist? Don't get one of those actual ones. How about we get the fake ones that I like, that are hired by this random online web service? Is BetterHelp bad? Very bad. Yes, actually. It's kind of like being like, hey guys, is Raid Shadow Legends bad? Except worse. BetterHelp is worse than something like Raid Shadow Legends, because at least with Raid Shadow Legends, it's like, it's just a predatory game and it's not exploiting people in a mental health crisis, you know? Worse help, it sounds like. True. Got him. Fucking nailed it, dude. Put like some bushes or something. There we go. There's like, because okay, so there's the therapists aren't legit. They've been cited as faking credentiality. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff and multiple times. Yeah, it's a rough one. Josh was looking at it. Josh right now looks at his emails like, man, I guess I shouldn't have taken that sponsorship for BetterHelp. Get over. You do it anyways? Oh, I see. I could use the money. I could use the money, says the man who sells his soul to the devil. That's fair, I guess. I could really use the cash right now. They got like a 2-for-1 deal going on at Wendy's, and like that's looking pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, like, okay, yeah, you gotta eat, but like, isn't that also the excuse that everyone who does bad things uses ever? Ain't that how that work? It's all, like, they don't think they're doing bad thing. They're going, oh, well, you know, I don't care because I gotta eat. I need to make some money. There is always kind of that, whatever. But yeah. In America, it's 1 for 1. Dude, like, hold on a second, chat. Toon, you've asked these questions, like, many times, and I have answered them already. I don't really feel like answering them again. It's okay. It's alright that you forget. I'm just letting you know, like, you have asked these before, and I have answered them. So I guess, not really calling you out, I guess. This isn't much of calling you out, more just letting you know. If I have maybe this is what I'll do. If I have answered one of your questions before, and you ask them again, that's chill. I just won't answer it. And that's how you'll know that I've answered it already. I think that works. I think that's fine. I'm drawing too many gravestones for this. I'm drawing too many. I shouldn't be doing this. But I think it's funny that we figured out what I mean, this is crucial information. I've figured out what Josh's soul's worth now. A better help sponsorship. You getting sauce last, drawing gravestones. Also, you said you were taking it easy. I'm shocked. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I know. It's actually, let's put some gravestones up here, actually, now. Also, let's try and, I'm gonna try and cut these out from here. Which, I mean, honestly, pretty easy to do. This is just background bullshit, so. La-da-dee, la-da-doo. There we go. There we go. I wish I got fucking paid by that gravestone, dude. I wish. That would be awesome. You'll come out with an apology. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. He'll come out. Josh is going to come out with an apology for his Better Help sponsorship, and he's going to cry on camera screaming he's really, 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 really actually so sorry, dude. For real, for real. All right, you know what? You're back in, Josh. You got it down. You've nailed it. Cool. All right, he's back in the club, guys. That's all it takes. All it takes is a sick banjo solo and some tears. Next, you're gonna promote Honey. Dude, yes! Yes, dude! You're knocking it out of the park. I'm so sorry I did that. I'm going to try and better myself. And that could be done quick and easy with this video sponsored by Even Better Health. Oh no. He can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! No! This man must be stopped! There we go. It's been time to cancel Josh for ages. He needs to be knocked down a peg. And I'm just the whatever the hell I am to do it. He said mean words to me. There you go. He said mean words to me, chat. Take him out. Take him down. Time. That's true. That is true. Everyone's really mean to me. I don't... What did I do, chat, to deserve, like, your cruelty? You know, like, what did I ever do to you guys? Fucking nothing. Enter your field of vision. Dang, you're blind. No one ever enters your field of vision. What are you talking about? It's all in your head, dude. Exist? Oh, I hope the fucking... I hope the witch's curse finally comes for you, Emily, and you get smushed beneath a fucking collapsing, like, stack of books. How am I gonna feel when people make cringy fanfic and art based on my stuff? I'll probably laugh at it, to be honest. Like, I have my standard, and it'll give me a chuckle, but I don't think I'll care too much. I suppose it depends on the degree, right? It really depends on the degree of things. You know, what does cringy in that context mean? Because it could just be like really cringy in the sense that it's kind of wholesome. Or it could just be this massive thing that like people are doing weird stuff with, but I'm just kind of like it's something I would laugh at and turn my nose up at, but it's not gonna like stop me, if that makes sense. Shipping, I mean, that's it. I feel like that's inevitable regardless of size. That's just something people do. I think it's silly, but I'm not gonna like, you know, I'm not gonna get bent out of shape at, like, because something that happens to everyone happened to me as well. There's not gonna be any great, well, no, hold on, wait. There's options. There's things that could be, that could create the great grave grime crash out on people, for sure. Because I'm me, I'm not gonna just, like, I'm not gonna hold back. It'll probably come down to, like, how direct people are going to be. You know? They're gonna ship your character. They're going to ship your characters with the gravestones. That's what there you go. What happened to me? I'm making breakfast. What do you mean, what happened to me? Also, Jam, I guess, is doing a Cylon X Europa fanfiction. I see. Josh ships Corny and Lynette, and if they're not endgame, he's gonna absolutely lose it. I see. He's gonna start throwing things against the wall. He's been like, I've been there! This is what I wanted the entire time, and you didn't do it! Now I need to use better help! No! Just to get over it. It's one of those things where I like, there's some amusement in speculation about it, but like, in reality, who knows what kind of fucking audience I will end up garnering if I garner one, you know? I don't think anyone who ever gets an audience really expects it to be what it is. So there's a level of me being like, what's the point in me worrying about, oh, what if they do this? What if they do that? Other than like a silly hypothetical I'm chuckling at with friends in like my private time. Cause like, I don't know, man. Also, I gotta catch up with chat real quick. And I don't personally enjoy shipping characters that are I think that's fair. That's fine. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That looks at the power coursing through her small body. She knows that she will finally, that she finally had what she needed to avenge Corny's death. The Chaos Emeralds were working. That based. There we go. No one ever seen me go bananas, but I'll go bananas. Look, we ebbs and flows in the Grave Grime chat, alright? That's just how it works. Things come and go. But yeah, like it's one of those things where there's a level of, oh, that's kind of cringe, why would you do that? But also, unless you're being really in my face and annoying with it, or it becomes some like overwhelming aspect of the community, I'm not gonna care that much, really. Like I guess as an example, if someone did genuinely ship Lynette and Corny or something, and it was just like a thing they did, and they didn't bother me with it, it was just something like, you know, they did, I stumbled upon it one day or something, I'd be like, okay, you know, like, I don't know what to say. I'd be like, I don't see it, but alright, I guess. I like give you a little side eye, but it's not like a big side eye, you know? Dane is writing an epic of the Grim Deeds fucking Sonic crossover, and it's gonna be glorious. That would be my thing. Generally speaking, with stuff like that, I don't get bent out of shape about it, but I am like, why? I am like, what has possessed you to think that this is like to take this from my work, if that makes sense? I get kind of like, huh? Why'd you go this way? Okay. Because, you know, like, also 90% of the time, like, 90% of the time, it's nothing you did that had a person come to this conclusion. Like, a lot of the time, it's just a person coming to a conclusion. And they kind of wanted to come there on their own, and you just go, okay. Oh, that's sort of how I see that kind of stuff. It is an inevitable part of existence with random people online. Also, I saw Toon say earlier that I hope it stays niche and stuff, and I think that's amusing because you obviously did not mean it this way, but it's essentially just being like, I sure do hope you are impoverished forever with your stories. Ugh. How have I been lately? It's been up and down. Well, yeah, well, that's okay. Josh says, all joking aside, I'm honored whenever anyone thinks enough of my character to do something with them. Sure, that's my thing too. It's when but there's also a level, if they do something strange with them, you go, oh, that's a little weird. But you're still like, but it's kind of neat they cared that much. So, like, I get it. Yeah. Like, it's not, yeah, I'm never like, how, I mean, I'm sure there are things that can make me go, how dare they? But generally speaking, I think I'd be more in the camp of like, huh, you're taking weird things out of my stuff, but like, I guess cool that I was able to impart something onto you. I guess. So it's a very mixed bag in a lot of ways. There's lots of thoughts going on in my head about it right now. It's not something that can be like succinctly put into like a tiny little sound bit, at least not without some extra thinking after the fact from me. Oh no. Josh has seen weird things with some characters. The cat, of course. Of course it's the cat. Once it's out in the world, nothing can stop Grim. I appreciate the vote of confidence, and I hope so. But I have never been a person to assume my work will have any kind of wide reach. Because I don't really think I write things in the most typical sense, I guess. is how I would term it. And I appreciate that. I'm proud of what I do. I don't know if it... So, okay. I tend to be a little slow. Like, and not slow as in dumb. I mean, slow as in I tend to like to take my time to build stuff. Which... Fuck you, Dan! Fuck you, Dan! Fuck you, Dan! Fuck you, Dan! And I did call you Dan on purpose that time. I can be both versions of slow, that's true. But... Shut the fuck up, let me say what I'm trying to say! But, oh, it's partially gone now because I got triggered over here. But no, yeah, like, I tend to build things slowly when I make stuff. It's, I like to, take my time to establish things, which overall, in the long run, I think is a better strategy because you're building towards meaningful payoffs down the line. But, and it's a big but that won't necessarily get people through that door, especially with how competitive the story market is. But there's like a level of, it's almost like there's a level of integrity, I guess. Integrity, what would the word be? I guess integrity. It's like, this is what I think makes a good story, and I don't think I want to do something just because it would make it be seen by more people if I think it will lead to a worse result, I guess. Well, okay. And also, Doc says, I think a healthy mindset is just to be happy to put your stories out there, not worry much about popularity, even if it's nice to get some recognition, which is fine. But if you want to, like, do it for a living, you kind of have to think about that. You have to think about how people will receive it and perceive it, because I think, like, I would like to be able to make stories for a living, and to do that, you need money. And to get money, you need people to be willing to pay to see what you make, right? So it's well and good on principle to be like, yes, you should just enjoy putting it out and not really care about who sees it, which I think, which makes sense. Like, I agree, it is good to just put something out there and be like, I just like this thing, and I wanted to share it. Which, you know, is ultimately, I'm gonna make something no matter what. It's just kind of, there are other considerations as well if I want to do it for, like, a living. If I would like to make it into a career, I kind of have to think about, will people actually engage with this? And honest to God, I don't really know. We're gonna see when I get there. And Enzo, I appreciate the confidence. Again, this isn't me really fucking shitting on myself at all. It's just me being, like, realistic about the factors at play. Josh, you're so right. Josh says if you don't have 50k followers within the first year of your art career, pack it up. Give it up, buddy. You're done. True. I can't say if they'll enjoy with it, I won't lie. But I know in my personal taste, I'll be here and enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, like, and I appreciate that. Yeah, back into the pit. He's so right. Everyone pack it up, including Josh. We all gotta just give it up, dude. It's over. Fuck. But yeah, and like, that's the thing too. People like my stuff here, and I appreciate that immensely. We'll see how it goes when the actual thing comes out, of course, because there's always a difference between execution and just like talking about it, of course. So there's always that. But like, I would assume the people who already follow me will probably end up enjoying what I do. It's more of like, is there enough people to make it something sustainable for me? At least when we're talking about like, yeah, just sort of, and also, is there enough people that would enjoy it to loop it back to the original conversation, which is just about communities interacting with it? Is there enough people that will latch on to the idea and to actually form a fandom or a community or whatever you want to call it? You don't really know until it happens. I tend to try and not assume, you know? Okay, so current plans about Grim Deeds and Doe and stuff. Well, so Doe, it was initially so what you got a bit confused there. Doe is like, was originally an idea for a game, and it has transitioned into an idea for like an animatic series. Grim Deeds, honestly, will come down a lot to when I get to the point I can start making it, like story-wise, like writing-wise, because I flip-flop on the fucking medium I want to use a lot. It's, do I want to do an animatic? Do I want to do a comic with it? There are strengths and weaknesses to both. So it's a lot of, it kind of goes, flip-flop. I flip-flop on it a lot, so I can't give you like a definite on that. Because I know I'm capable of doing both. But when I when it's time, I will know, I guess. When I'm like, yeah, that'll work. Something like that, maybe. Imagine having plans for things. We literally do, Emily. We literally do have plans. Nuh-uh. Yeah, true. Fucking true. Yeah. The main thing I need to do with Grim Deeds right now is I need to get it back into a place I'm confident in. Right now, I'm not super confident with it, and that's a problem, and it annoys me. Because I have other things that I am super confident with, and I'm like, fuck, I really want to work on these as well, but they haven't been shown off yet, so I can't. So I'm going to Grim Deeds because Grim Deeds is like my bread and butter in a lot of ways. I like Grim Deeds. I still love the story. That's the thing. I still love fucking Grim Deeds to bits. It's a factor of just like, it's not up to snuff and I know it and I love it so much, so I have to make it up to snuff. Do you have any speculative dates for when a project might come out? God, I fucking wish, Josh! Real Horizon definitely broadened after working with you a lot. You started very strict. Would be a comment, yeah. When something substantial project might come. Like, the thing with me, Josh, is stuff keeps coming up. You know what I mean? Stuff keeps getting in the fucking way. And I promised things way too early, or like when I was doing stuff before. And that didn't come to pass. So I've just gone to like, it will be ready when it's ready. And that's kind of just how I have to live my life. It will be ready when it's ready, I'm sorry that's not an incredibly, like an incredibly, like, hopeful response for people, but it's just kind of the reality of things in that I don't want to put something out until it's done. So I need to make sure it's done. And yeah, we're working hard. I'm working real hard, guys. January was what, 32,000 words? The Linkara defense, is that something he did? Damn. Damn, Josh, I'm sorry. I think your messages were sent at a fine speed. I don't know why Twitch said nuh-uh. Not allowed. Yes, they're cooking. They can't be shared yet for reasons, and that reason is... it's Emily. Which is honestly a good thing. I'm gonna be real. Emily's the reason things aren't being shared right now about, like, this secret project we have specifically, because she's particular. And that's actually a good thing, because it'll end up making, when you actually see it, better. And it's keeping me working, so... Linkara famously said his next episode of his Power Rangers was expected to be out when it's out, and he said this for years. Well, at that point, it's not coming out or whatever, I feel. Um, 2 weeks from now, I'm going to read that Grim Deeds Studios has laid off 200 employees, but projects are still being worked on, and then a month later, it'll be closed. True. Comics and animation both have pros and cons, and since we're talking about if Grim Deeds would get big fan base or not, familiar with reactions online over how it works with webcomics. Personally, I'm not seeing a lot of fighting over those, but I'm sure it happens. Just the thing with comics is just it's a much smaller market, so there is absolutely going to be fighting like that over it, but like you're not going to see it as much because it's a much smaller audience for it. So shifting the blame onto someone else, yeah, well, it's true though. I'm like an open book, guys. I spill the beans all the fucking time. It's Emily that doesn't. Well, I mean, I like yapping. It's just this one in particular is like, you know, I am not the only yapper involved because this is a co-creation. This isn't just like me fucking, you know, me fucking around and shit. This is me. This is something of more value. He's getting something, chat. Corny's getting something. Things are coming to him. Emily the Cryptid. True. True. Also, hi, Avid. Also, hello. Welcome. Alright. I'm hoping, oh, what's going on here? Emily is real. I've seen her. Dark and Stormy Night. I see. He would. He's got the little going on. He's got a weird feeling, Avid. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing the periodic reminder that, oh hey, Corny doesn't just have special eyes, he also can sense things. And we're gonna see, chat. We're gonna see if people actually see this one. Because, do you guys remember when people used to, like, people complained about being able to see impressions and stuff on Twitter when that was added? Remember people complaining about that, and I'm like, no, this shit's great. This shit's awesome. You can, like, now instantly know if people just don't like the thing you drew, or just no one fucking saw it. Because that shit happens a lot. The amount of times I've posted a daily, and it's just been like, yeah, no one saw it. Like, a total of 200 people have seen this thing. It is crazy. It is wild. I think there's definitely an audience out there, but they have to be able to discover you, and that's probably the real challenge. Well, yeah, of course, obviously. I found you because Tumblr put your stuff on my feed by purely random chance. That seems to be how most people end up finding me, is just complete, pure, random chance. Just, like... And that's probably my fault. Like, I would probably do better if I would draw, like, fan art every now and again of some level of relevance, because people would actually be like looking for that, and I'm really shooting myself in the foot there, but it just tends to not, it has never really been a thing I did, so I don't even have anything against it. It's not like a principle thing. I'm just like, but I want to draw my silly guys. I want to draw my silly little dudes though today. Yeah, I was in Avid's Twitter for you. Yeah, Quack found me because of Josh. Take it from me, draw fan art for big cool things. Well, it's like, okay, so Izzy, it's not even that I don't like it. I just like drawing my own stuff more. You drew Jax getting, well, he wasn't getting trampled. He was being put in the device, like the fucking SpongeBob crusher device that smushes Squidward. Think you're good with leaving fan art at that? I mean, yeah. I draw stuff when I got an idea. It's kind of like, here was something I was actually thinking about today, chat. I am really bad with, I guess, quote unquote, networking. Like, I am so awful at leaving comments on people's art. I am fucking terrible at saying hello. I am the worst at it. I'm so fucking bad. And it's like, I know why it is. I realized it this morning when I was just kind of going about my fucking routine. I feel like I'm a fake asshole whenever I do it. Like, whenever I comment on someone's art, which doesn't make any sense, because I never feel that about fucking anyone else's shit, but whenever I comment on something, and I go fucking... And I go, oh, this looks really cool, dude. I feel like a fucking tool. I feel like a dickhead every time. I look at myself, I'm like, you're a dick. You didn't mean that. You bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. So, like, you know. Does anyone else... Izzy gets me. Anyone else get that? I need more witty responses. Clap back up. But no one's clapping at me! Avid, no one's clapping at me! That's the thing. This is if I just leave a fucking response on a random bit of art. No one's... Then clap first. Yeah, I'll just go up to a stranger and be like, dude, this looks like fucking ass, man. And they'll definitely react well. But yeah, I don't know. Because that's another thing too. I guess like I do want to leave something of some value on people's art. And I guess I don't have much of value to say most of the time. That's why I'm a streamer, guys, because I don't have anything of value to say. You say. That's how it works. They did do that, didn't they? And it was very funny. Very goofy. Yes, and no one will feel bad if they get positive feedback. Like that's the thing, because I never do. Every comment on my thing, I'm like, thanks, dude. Thanks, man. So I know it's like unreasonable, but it is still something that holds me back. It's the fucking I'm gonna have to like term it lurker syndrome or something, where I just assume it's better that I don't say anything and I just silently watch from the sidelines and go, hell yeah, thumbs up to myself, and then move on. But I really shouldn't do that, honestly. Like, it is something I need to actively try and get better at. It's also... I feel like more of a dickhead when I do it to my friends. Like, if I fucking comment on my friends' stuff, I'm like, why didn't I just DM them that? You know? I should just GM them that. It makes me look like a dick that I'm saying it to them online. What am I doing so early in the morning? Well, I mean, I said I was gonna stream early. Bias, like, come on. I said I was. This was ordained. I said it last time. If you missed it, then you weren't here, and it's your own fault. There you go. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I joined a little art server of some people, and then Emily joined later, and we just immediately started shitting on each other, and fucking... And the owner of the server was like, is this guy a problem? It was very funny. No, we're just dickheads. Comments help the algorithm, right? Yeah, well, I mean, they do. Josh, what's a strange way of thinking? Just my whole lurker thing? Is that what you're talking about? Just the whole thing's a bit weird? I kind of agree. I agree, Josh. It's just kind of, you know, not a good way of thinking. It just is the way I think. You know, it's like a lingering thing. Wait, hold on. What Von Crack says, I don't like making comments on people's art myself because it makes me feel parasocial, which I know how uncomfortable that stuff makes people. I won't comment because I could just DM them. Yeah, but that's like, okay, so Josh, that's to like my friend, like, that's to people I talk to in DMs regularly. That's what I mean with regards to that. Like, I won't DM a random person who I like their stuff. I'm talking about, like, if Emily posts something, instead of commenting on it, I'd be like, I should just DM her it, or say it in the group instead. It's weird for me to fucking say it in public. I don't know, it's very strange. It's very odd, I don't get it, but... And it's something I need to fix. But also, don't feel bad about the comment. I don't tend to take stuff... I suppose maybe it would depend on how you're phrasing the comment that would get the parasocial aspect in there. Like, if you're like, oh, you did so... Like, you know, you kind of like were making it personal, I guess. Who would have guessed the Gravegram of all people would be a big weirdo? That's true. That's true. Alright, see ya, Emily. I don't know. I like... It's something it's just an aspect of me, I guess. Like, I know it's not a good one, and I need to work on it. It's something I kind of I was thinking about it fucking this morning. I was like, man, I really got to get better at that, because I should just be talking to people in public, because like, yeah, like Chet said that it helped in the algorithm a lot of times for places. That's true. But then also, like, it's good to just let people know you support them, I guess. Yeah, creature is Emily. But yeah, no, chat. It's just how I've been, just stuff I've been thinking about lately. I've been thinking. So this is like the fucking existence I live. I was thinking about that this morning, and then at the same time, I was like, what the hell am I gonna cook at my brother's house for his, like, for my niece's party? So I've got like loser online shit, and then I've got real life shit, and I'm kind of doing both and just kind of vibing. Yeah, likes and retweets and, you know, posts and shit like that. That's all well and good. But it's another thing too, is like, I really enjoy getting comments. I think they're my favorite thing. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'm depriving people of that from myself. You know, I could be the change I want to see in the world, and I really should be, as opposed to just kind of being a lurker. I don't think I should be one. Especially if I'm, like, streaming. There's no point to being a lurker anymore. I stream. So I suppose in a way, maybe you guys will help me with that. I really never know how to respond to comments, so I guess part of that extends to me not really knowing how to comment in general. Yeah, I mean, that's also fair, too. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you say you got a ton of... Well, I mean, I agree with the sentiment, Izzy. I do. Be the change, inspire us all. Hey, I've done it with dailies before. I might as well try and do it with comments, I guess. I will. You know what, chat? I will endeavor to be the change I wish to see in the world. Start commenting on people's stuff. It's kind of the same thing with the reblog stuff. I'm like, I don't really reblog shit that often, and I probably should more. Dane, that is the way to do it. That is in fact the way to do it. Just keep responding and you'll get better at it. Communication is a skill people must learn, right? So Josh reblogs, that's how, yeah. Everyone's got their bit. Everyone's got their bit. I'm just talking about how I would like to change mine. Because I build myself into little islands. That's one thing I notice I do. I'm on my own little island and I don't really interact outside of it. Which is like the worst possible way to grow. At all. Like, and not even just like grow as in like internet presence or whatever, just grow in general. Like, if you're not like talking to people who exist, you're not really going to be growing like as a person either. So there is always that. Now the big thing working against me, chat, is I'm a fucking weirdo. I'm a strange one. Duh. Grow into a big girthy boy. True. Absolutely based and true. Really get how Blue Sky works, so I'm afraid to even post there. What do you mean? What do you mean how it works? It works like Twitter. goodness. Yeah, sorry, Dane. I'm sorry, Dane. You talking to the bots isn't gonna help. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They just affirm you, and that's not reality. Oh, well, I mean, it's just... It's just a feed of posts. Like, if you post there, you're just... It's like a Tumblr feed. It works the same way. Grok, is this real? Grok, this isn't true, is it? You would never lie to me. Would you? Nah. How often do I use Grok? Dude, I use Grok every single... Like, I'm using it right now. This stream is being done by Grok, dude. Don't say never. But the answer is never, Josh. But the answer is never. You don't believe this? I mean, okay, you don't have to. But, I mean, that is the truth. Like, okay, I don't even know if I would call it for, like, a principled reason, honestly. I don't have any need to. Why would I? You've never used ChatGPT to help you write grim deeds? No, imagine that. He's falling apart. It's too early for him. Starting to break down. Whenever I get a comment from Grave Grime, it always says, Grok, say something nice to this loser, but not too nice. That's how you know. That's how I navigate social interactions, chat. I have something else do it for me. Be honest, chat. How many of you can make a phone call? You know? How many of you can make a phone call, chat? How many of you could, like, you know, call the doctor? What's a phone? Oh, no. Uh-oh. You had an idea for like an idea for like a Shelley comic and making a phone call to the doctor or something? Is that what you're talking about? I don't even know how to put coins in my smartphone to make a phone call. Wow. Dude, it's so easy. You just slide them in the slit and then it works. What are you talking about? Boop, boop, boop. Oh, wow. That's such a creative and interesting idea, Grave Grime. I'd love to help you workshop that. What if the girl's pale face is actually a mask? Genius! Wow. Someone works up the courage to call and make a doctor's appointment, but then they stutter, and the nurse makes fun of them. Why'd you say someone? Why'd you say someone and not just Shelley? Because it could be Shelley or Mal. I see. I see. Well, now you can't make that joke because you've already made it. So it's done now. You just made it with ordering food instead. You fucking hack. This guy's only got one joke. Mao is just Josh IRL. I mean, I feel like you guys... Isn't that an insult? Like, isn't that a mean thing to say? Yeah, my artist is a total loser in real life. They are a complete failure that nobody likes. True. You guys gotta think through the things you say. You know, you gotta think of the implications of them. She's got a good heart. She's trying her best. She just can't do anything, dude. It'd be like if someone was like, you know that Gravegrime guy? He's basically just Lynette, really, if you think about it. It's like, what? That's mean. Don't say that about someone. That's rude. That's also, you know what? That's actually an interesting thing to think about. A quintessential piece of advice people tend to give is, you know, write what you know, write yourself or whatever in your characters. Which is pretty solid advice, but I think there's a little bit more to it in that you should be able to extrapolate on your own experiences to create new ones. Oh, hold on, we got some conversation happening in chat. One sec. Thinking, isn't that why we have AI? You're so right, so true. There was a time I thought would actually get canceled because I made Mao have a BD life, but her roommate had this wonderful, successful life, and I thought someone would look at that and be like, why is the white cat beautiful and successful and the brown cat sucks? Really makes you think. Josh is trying to phase out Mao. We're going to be that one meme of Spider-Man reaching out to MJ as she turns into smoke. Good. Would you say that about corny? Like, Doc, what do you mean by that? Would you say that about corny as in corny is like me or something, or what? Too late, I forgot what the conversation was about. I see. It's all come crashing down. But, no, yeah, like, I don't know. I do think, people should be able to extrapolate from their own experiences to make new experiences. I wouldn't say any of my characters are really me, or, like, things I want to aspire to, really. They are scenarios that I think are interesting, that have some, that draw from sort of how I feel in certain experiences, and I like extrapolate that out. Like, oh god, what's a fucking example? Like, I guess, you know, some of how corny, Corny's childhood goes is like, it's not really even related to mine, but there's some kind of like nostalgic feeling I have about it. But it's not my life, really. Like, maybe you could extrapolate, oh, well, he grew up without a dad and he doesn't really care about it. I guess that's a little bit of me, but it's not very much of me. I don't know. I think people take it too literally and think that they can only create stuff about their own experiences, and I'm like, no, 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 no. Extrapolate. People feel things, and you have felt things before, and think about why you felt the things you felt. There are varying levels to fucking... I mean, yeah, there are varying levels to the... Absolutely there is. There's absolutely varying levels. That's why I'm like, it's not bad advice. I think people will tend to take it a little too literally and think they have to only craft stuff that is their own experience, when it's more of use your own experience as building blocks to craft new experiences. My characters have minor aspects of me in them, but none are truly just me. Yeah, exactly. Yes, and I agree, Josh. That's what I believe the advice is telling you. Like, the baseline advice of, you know, write what you know, that's what it's telling you. It's more about how people interact with it. And no one likes those. I don't know. I feel like there's room for a self-insert to be pretty good, but that stuff usually gets mired in, well, baggage. That stuff usually gets a bit lost in translation, I feel. Cat is screaming at me. Just shrieking her head off. Go out there. She is a character. Every character I make is just me in a different costume. The thought of making a character that's not me makes me sick. You say that as a meme, but there very much is people like that. There's not very many of them, but they do exist. It's not like, you know, they are out there. They are about. Cat, leg in a bear trap, meow meow. Just yelling her head off, silly Billy. Her leg's not in a bear trap, she's fine. Where would I even get a bear trap? Silly Dane. Silly Dane, where would I get a bear trap? This hour? Come on. I feel like maybe instead of that way. Yeah, okay. Got like morning. What the world? Grave like the streamer who electroshocked his dog. I forgot his name. True. Could you even Do they even make like electroshock collars for cats? Is that even a thing? Do people try to train their cats that way? Like, I feel like that's a fool's errand. How would that even work? You just fucking... Like, it's called herding cats for a reason. Oh, there goes Dane. He's going to start it. He's going to begin something wonderful. That kind of eye shape for him more. Yes. Cool. Okay, awesome. Discipline your cat through verbal abuse. Yeah, that's how you do it. Leave the boy alone. This shoe itself is weird. He doesn't have a weird thing about shoes. Don't do this to the boy. Leave him be. Go. We'll see what happens in the— oh no! It's already begun, the dark times. Grim Deeds isn't even out yet. It's not even like conceptually out yet. And already it's begun. Why do I always get the weirdos? That is kind of a thing though, chat. That is sort of like a thing that has happened to me before. I don't know what it is. I get some weirdos sometimes. I don't know where they come from. I had someone very politely, might I add, so I'm not gonna shit on. Very politely inquire if I did not safe for work fetish commissions recently. And I was like, no, I don't. I do not. Sorry to disappoint. The answer is no. You're sorry, Josh. I'm not your man. Draw even just one pretty lady and someone's gonna ask. Maybe that's what it is. That might be why. I don't know. It's just I feel like with what I feel like there's got to be some level where like you look at what an artist draws and you kind of know what they're about. Maybe that's just me. I tend to like think about that when I look at artists. I'm like, why are you drawing what you're drawing or whatever? Like what's my assumed what can I assume for your motivation based on what you draw or whatever? And maybe other people just don't, I guess other people just don't really do that. For me, it's like a courtesy thing. It's sort of like if someone asks, hey, send me characters to draw, I try and send them like characters I think they would enjoy to draw, not just ones I want to see. So maybe people don't do that, but like they should, I think. Oh, that's what I mean. I'm not shitting on them at all. They asked and they were like very polite. They outright asked like, hey, do you do this? And I said, nope. And they said, yeah, no problem. Thanks for responding or whatever. They were chill. It's sort of like when I got asked if I did commissions years ago from an account called Shadow the Fuckhog. And they just asked if I did not safe for work commissions. I said no, and they went, God bless, and then they left. Fucking legend. Hey dude, I really like your work. Grimdeeds is coming together great. I see it and I go, I wonder if this guy will draw porn for me. Exactly, 100%. That username was awesome. It was great. It was such a pleasant conversation. They did actually end their interaction with me by saying, yeah, no worries. If I have like a safe for work idea, I'll come back. God bless. It was awesome. I think I still have that DM. But yes, I get some interesting experiences out there. All different types of people, chat. All different types of people. Looking at you draw his hands reminds me of a question. You ever get afraid of drawing a hand in a pose when you don't see all the fingers, but someone thinks it might be AI? It's not just me, right? It's definitely not just you. People definitely feel that way. I don't. I'm like, I don't really care. The thing is, I just think you would see his pinky there. So I think it would be less full. It'd be kind of down right here. I'm kind of like, I exist in the boat of if I get accused of AI art or whatever, like, whatever, I guess. It'll suck, but I know I didn't draw it in AI. Like, or I guess I didn't draw it in AI. See, I'm not even thinking about it properly. I didn't use any kind of generative software to make it, so I feel pretty secure in just kind of like carrying on the way I carry. I'm not gonna live my life controlled by fear. What do you mean? Why bother? You gotta be true to yourself in that regard. Like, don't live your life based on fear, guys. Don't do that. That's gonna fuck you up way more. Oh wait, fuck, I'm bad advice only. Only live with fear in your heart. Cry yourself to sleep. And just like always imagine the worst case scenario and make your decisions based on avoiding that worst case scenario. That's how you do it. It's definitely the advice you don't want. The thing you don't want to do is just kind of do what you want to do regardless of any potential like worries you have, and just live with the consequences of it. That's definitely not what you want to do. It's sort of like, hey, with the Josh thing, with the whole oh, I was worried about people thinking I'm a racist for having a white cat with a good life and a brown cat with a bad one. I'm like, You did it anyway, and that was the right choice. Don't live your life controlled by fear. Simple as. There's no boon there. That's just holding yourself back. Wish it wasn't coming from the guy who's too afraid to post nice words that people would like. I'm not afraid to do it. I just get this weird thing where I think I'm stupid. And no one figured out I was racist the whole time. Oh my god. It explains so much, chat. It explains so much. Grave Grime exclusive. Josh Dan 23. Racist? Moral of the story, make the worst decision you can and live life. True. Heroin is like right there, guys. It's so easy. I'm with you, Dane. I don't really worry about anything like that. I don't worry about much. I'm just doing my thing. I have my issues with fucking like lurker syndrome where I don't post stuff because I'm not posting things interesting enough. Like, I don't have anything interesting to say, which is just the wrong way to go about it. And that's like it. That's about all I got. There's also, I guess, a factor to when you guys think about my advice in that, like, who knows how valuable it is? Because it's not like I'm any real sense of successful. Like, I feel fulfilled as like an individual, but I don't have any like success story really to my name. I'm just kind of doing my thing. I'm giving you my old man rambles and advice, and you may take them or you may leave them, and that's completely up to you. That's true. That's true. It is. There's like things I still want to do. Like I'm not in this place of, oh, I'm done. You know what I mean? I haven't told a story yet. I need to do that. That's something I need. So I still gotta drive, but I don't feel like I'm wasting my life most of the time. And I feel like I've got a relatively good head on my shoulders. Like, I feel like I've kind of started to sort stuff out. At least for what works for me personally. And that's sort of where I am with myself. I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm happy. You know, I can confidently say I'm happy. And I'm actively working towards fulfilling those, like, goals I have. Making stuff, things like that, so. Yeah, it is a pretty awesome place to be. You're so right! But for real, yeah, it is pretty good. And what I try to tell people, a lot of it does come down to stuff like, you are worrying too much about things you don't need to worry about. Fucking, it's dumb guru shit. Thanks for the follow, Doc. As you jump around from YouTube to Twitch. Oh. You did. You did. Good for you. It is an empty wasteland, but you're supposed to stay there. It's an empty wasteland because I've only streamed there twice. Like, no one knows that place yet. It'll build up slowly, hopefully. But that's fine. You go where you must. Corny's just like, evil. What's going on? Why is the shoe evil? Okay. There. What? Okay, Dane, what is the reason? Why is no one there? Go on. Say your hurtful words. I know you have them. Go on, you big bully. Say them. Why would you say that shit? But is there any kind of central antagonist to Grimdeeds? There is. However, they're a mystery, so I'm not gonna talk about them. They're a secret. So the goal of that is to kind of build out some potentially other antagonists in the story that build up to the bigger one, but those need to be figured out still. Unfortunately. Let's put the background on these. There we go. Betha recaptured the 12 deeds that escaped when Corny opened the grimoire. Hey, I told you that in confidence. You can't just fucking say it out loud, dude. What the fuck? You can't just go telling people that shit, man. I trusted you. And you fucking betrayed me. And Corny has to put them all back in the box? Maybe. I'll never tell. No, I really need to, I need to build that Grimdeeds confidence back up so I can be like, this is what Grimdeeds is about. This is what's going on, and I can have more, like, confident answers in it. Because of stuff being up in the air right now. There's a lot of like, well, for now it's this, but like, I don't know how I feel about that right now. I gotta think on it more. Which isn't ideal, I suppose, when you're trying to show it off to people and stuff, but it's part of the process. I don't want to just like hide it away. Yeah, I was lying. Dane lies in private and in public just whenever he can, really. Dane tells a lie. It was really my fault. I should have seen it coming, honestly. I should have planned around it. Or did I? You know? Maybe I did. You don't know. Maybe this whole thing's a lie. You'll never know. Because I'll never tell. Oh, that would probably be why it wouldn't fill in. That would make sense. Lying in private is less fun. True. True. You want to try and gaslight not just the person you're lying to, but also the mom. You know? Just really get everyone going. So maybe put something like that on him. Do we give this critter a hat too? I think we do. They gotta match, chat. They have to match. That. Give him a little suit and tie. There we go. Easy. And there we go. All right, see you, Dane. See you later. Really love the big mouth guy's design. Thank you, Doc. He's fun. Just a creature. A freak. You guys got me for 20 minutes, and then I disappear into the night. Into that good night. There. Give him some little leaves. Okay. How do I decide where to put the little light reflections in the eye? It depends on, like, a couple of factors. If there's a light source that I'm, like, trying to emphasize, it points towards that. But stuff like this, I put it on the opposite end of where they're looking, or whatever one kind of, like, doesn't shove the shine too much into the wall. Like, for this one, for instance. I feel like it looks a little strange if I put them here. It kind of, like, obstructs his view. So if it's pointed this way, the direction of them is pointing you towards his eyes. So, like, I could also even put them, like, down here like this. And it points you in the direction of where he's looking. Innately, with the highest contrast thing on the entire thing. But a lot of it genuinely comes out to, I sort of feel it out. Which isn't a very satisfying answer, but it is kind of the one that's true. I sort of feel it out a little bit. I'm like, this is where it looks nice. And then I'd like to put it on the edge of the line, overlapping it, because it cuts into the iris line art a little bit, and I think it looks nice when it does that. So that's why I do that. That's the thought process anyway. Yeah, no problem. It's some of those things. It's one of those things where I don't, at this point I don't think about it. I just do it. So when someone asks me like, "Hey, why do you do this?" I go, "Why the fuck do I do that? Is there a reason?" And then I kind of have to remember the logic behind it. So I'm kind of talking myself through it at the same time when I'm telling you guys about it. go. Excuse me. Oh. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it is. It is like a... Damn, now I gotta fucking actually think about this shit. Fuck, why do I do that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why. Scribble that in. Yeah, you might have to find the window. This is just, fucking, what is it called? It's, just the color set. Because you can also save different, like, custom sets of colors. So I have story-based ones. For my own simplicity. What is that hiding in? Exactly. It is in 2. There we go. I don't know why that was there, but okay. We got there eventually, chat. Really foolish of me to not put his little things in. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm starting to feel it in my throat there, chat. I'm getting a little crusty, for sure. Don't like that. But it's okay. Yeah, this is what our daily will be today. I think that's fun. I don't want to take this one. Make him larger. Stuff them in a little bit more. I'm trying to figure out composition a little bit more. There we go. Because it's like something I feel like I'm lacking in. Is composition. No, down here. Okay. Can I get the cornies filled in? Can I get them all flatted by the time I have to be out of here? Ooh, we'll see. I think so. We got like 10 minutes on the clock. I wonder if it would be fun to sort of turn these sort of, because the idea with these shorter streams, chat, is like to have it so they're just me doing my daily. Like that's the idea behind them, is I'll just be doing my daily during them. I wonder if it'd be fun to turn it into a challenge where I have to have my daily done within this 3 hours. That might be fun to do. Be like, okay, go. You're on a timer now. Almost a little bit like a study practice in a way. But I can just draw whatever. I just have to draw something in an hour. That might be fun. Things to think about, because I've been with the expansion of stuff, I guess, what would the stakes be? Nothing. It would just be if I don't get it done, I have to post it anyway. I think is what I will do. It would be just you have to draw something in 3 hours. And whatever it is, it gets posted. So, better make it good. Yeah. So I suppose that would be those would be the stakes. But that's okay. That might be fun. I won't do it with this one because I hadn't thought of that idea till just now. But I think that might be what I do in the future. And I won't have like a pre-sketch either. I'll just come in with a blank canvas and be like, "All right, guys, it's time. It's time. What are we drawing today?" Kind of shit. Yes. Because, like, I would like that because it would also make it so I'm not, it will free up my afternoon to do other things and work on other stuff as well, which would be good. And so I'm not just, like, stuck in the like, grinding out the daily hole, which has happened to me before. Eat a spoon of chili powder if I don't make it? I see. Izzy just wants me to, like, really torture myself. Just really make it awful and not good. Here, let's get it. Done. The white shoes. There we go. Also true, it would be easy to fake. However, I am stupid enough to actually do it. Is the real problem. But I'm not going to agree to that because I don't want to do that. So that's not going to happen. But if I did it, I would do it legit because I don't want to put in the fucking effort to make it fake. My laziness saves me from lying all the time, guys. I just go, nah. Nah, too much work, actually. Also, there's a level of, like, what's the point in saying you're going to do a challenge if you just don't do it? You know what I mean? Oh, if I fail the challenges, I eat this horrible thing on stream. But then I just don't? Why? Oh, don't you get it? It's for the clout of it. Yeah, but, like, it's unearned. It's stolen valor. That's no fun. I want the valor to be real because I'll know it's fake. Even if no one else knows it's fake, I will. Yeah, but, like, the benefit of... Because there's always a second benefit to doing stuff like that. Because, like, oh, I don't have to do the horrible thing, but I get the prestige of doing the horrible thing if I actually do. I don't know. That's where it sits for me. I'm just like... I might as well just do it, because then I get the bragging rights and they're like, for real. There we go. There you go, guys. Josh is now plugging himself. Yeah. Well, yeah, because you go, oh, I ate the chili powder. Like, I did actually do it. I don't know. There's value there, I think. There's silly value. What color should these little guys' suits be? I think I'm gonna make them brown. Maybe like a little blue tie. That might be nice. I think that would be very nice. Then praise you. I don't want to, though. That doesn't impress me. It doesn't impress me. It might impress other people. Oh, goodness. It didn't work. It's the one. There we are. I actually ended up getting the fucking salesman done too, the little monster salesman. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 3 hours, not too bad. Hello. Color do I want his teeth to be? Do I make them also a little yellow? Yeah, kinda. But you, what color do I want you to be? I don't want you to be a dark color. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe like a green, like he's like a twig monster or something. Maybe something like that. I think that works. What do you guys think these? What do you think these chaps are trying to sell? I think they got in those briefcases. What are they selling? Oh no, they're selling Raycon! They're here with the sponsorships. There's just paperwork in those fucking briefcases. They're not even looking for Corny. They're looking for the Gravekeeper. They're like, I heard that guy streams. We should ask him if he wants a sponsorship. For Raycon earbuds, you know? Break their hats. Ah. Cool. Okay. Rub my hands together. I have been cleaving through it though, chat. Monkey paws? Aw, that's fun. Monkey paws is fun. I do like that. That's a good one. Monkey paws is a good one. Shriveled heads, you know, the whole 9 yards. Lucky rabbit's feet. They're just selling charms, really. And here, I have to lose the eyebrow. Ass. Lost all of them. Of course I did. Well, that's as good as time as any. I think I'm probably gonna end the stream here, guys. We're getting there. This will be done tonight. It'll probably take me like, given I'm coloring it, probably like an hour or 2 left to go. So, yeah. Thanks for you guys for coming. I hope you enjoyed this little fucking short one. This little early short one. We'll be doing more of them, but tomorrow we're gonna do a that's right, chat. I'm coming back fucking tomorrow. We're gonna do a big one again. We're gonna do like a normal one. One of them 4 to 5 hour ones at 5. So, oh, thank you, Zabel. Thank you. Thanks, guys. You enjoy. Yeah, sorry, Alona. You just came in at the end. Nice way to spend my morning. Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad to entertain a little bit, you heckling bastard. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here now and finish this up, and then, I don't know, work on some other stuff. The work never ends for fucking... Get here earlier next time. But yes, things will be a good time for me today. I'm gonna continue my work. All right, everyone. See you later.